Okay, so just joined the end of the queue for the Evri depot. Now seems like as good a time as any to talk about my morning routine. So it starts with downloading your manifest, or multiple of if you've got several routes. Obviously you do this in the app. These manifests make up your drop list for your route. So download those. Go into your route planner, and in here you can view a map of your route. You can have a look at who's having parcels delivered to today, and you can move things around. So as I've said before, I move all of my businesses to the top of the list, and I have to move a few houses with house names around. The app does a pretty good job of sorting my route out for me, but it's not perfect. So sometimes I have to do a bit of thinking early in the morning. Once I've done all that, I can... Sorry, I'm just manoeuvring. Once I've done all that, I can get dressed, head to the depot, get into the queue like I have done. I am now waiting to get in as I speak. During the summer months that only took about 15 to 20 minutes. Right now, in the middle of the peak season, it's taking about an hour and a quarter. And you have to factor this time in, because obviously the later you get into your depot, sort out your parcels and get out onto the road, the later you're going to get home and have, you know, reasonable quality of life as a result. So I will get into the depot at about 11:15, I think. Yeah, so get in there, drive around the depot safely, you know, as you should always, goes without saying. Find somewhere with a bit of space around you in order to sort out your parcels. Your parcels will be in a cage or two, with maybe some odd parcels outside of it. These generally are ones that are too heavy or too large to go in the cage. So I generally pack those first, not least that they're in the way of getting to the cages, but also packing the large parcels first makes sense in terms of just fitting them in your car or van. You can fit the smaller ones in around those. So yeah, I mean, you'll work out what works for you, but in the first few days, you might end up with a little bit of chaos in the back of your vehicle. So do the receipt scanning. That's where you scan every parcel and organise it for delivery. Evri say to put the first 10 parcels in your passenger seat, the next 10 in your back seat, the next 10, and so on, so that it's organised throughout your vehicle, and you can just consecutively work your way towards the back of your car. In my van, what I do is I use IKEA bags. I don't know if you can see that in frame there. I've got 10 of them in here, so that's good for 100 parcels. And that's useful for a couple of reasons that I can think of off the top of my head. The first one is it makes it easier for me to move parcels around in my van. I can just pick up a bag, and that's all 10 parcels grouped together. But also when I'm sorting them in the depot, it means the parcels are off the floor. The floor can be wet, it can be muddy, covered in leaves. It's just not very nice, and you don't want that crap all over the parcels. So yeah, I use IKEA bags. I've seen other people using garden refuse bags, the white tarpaulin ones. They're a bit bigger, so maybe they would work better if you've got larger parcels. But most of my parcels are residential. A lot of them are clothing, so they're malleable, and I can fit them into the IKEA bags pretty easily. So yeah, once everything's in your van, you can use the app to set all of your ETAs. The app will do all of that for you, but you can, throughout your day, you can go into the menu and change ETAs to suit your needs. If you're running a bit faster than the schedule that Evri set for you, then you can go into the menu and bring some parcels forward so that you're not sitting around doing nothing. Or even worse, delivering outside of the ETAs, because you're marked, your overall scores or metrics are scored on that. Once your ETAs are set, use the facilities at the depot. We don't have any. We have a toilet and that's it. And then you're out on the road. You can go out, start delivering parcels, making some money. You're free, do whatever you need to do, just within the ETAs. ETAs are God. And that's my morning routine. By then it's actually not morning usually. I've usually hit the 12 o'clock mark. This whole process, up until you deliver your first parcel, you're not getting paid for. And that's worth bearing in mind when you're working out your per parcel payments. So my day really starts at 10 AM, but I don't start making any money at the moment until around 12. So that's 2 hours of work for nothing. It's just preparation. That's how I look at it. It's preparation in order to go out and make some money. But that's the routine. So I hope that was informative, and I didn't babble too much. But yeah, that's it.